Welcome to e-learning portal. DCWIS software setup. First of all, right-click on the DCWIS server setup and choose Run as Administrator. Choose the path for program installation. This window will appear for the initial setup. You can set these server settings only once. Enter station name and airport name. According to the runway, digitizer would be connected. Save the setup and close. After this, allow access to the program to communicate through network. Now, we have to give server IP address to the digitizer according to their connection. Server, client and all digitizers will be on the same network. All the clients will be shown in the client section of server software, and then we can adjust the settings accordingly. A list will be generated of all the clients. From here, we can do settings like which runways data will be shown on which client. To see the data, we will install DCWIS client. Now, we are going to install DCWIS client on this PC itself. Right-click the DCWIS client software and choose Run as Administrator. Select the installation path for DCWIS client software. Screen ID, that means how many runways data we want to see on client. Client ID, we can name the client accordingly. Server ID, it will be same as the IP address of the server. We can go to the command prompt and check the network ID, it should be same. Save and close. Initially, we have set the screen ID to 1 runway, so from here we can change it. Maximum we can set it to 6 runways, and at a time we can see data of 6 runways. When we select one runway report, a meta report is generated. Like shown on the screen, we can see this on client side by selecting Show Client, after updating it on the server side. According to the requirement, we can set the options. Now, even if we selected 2 runway report, we will only be able to see 1 report. So, from settings, we can select which runways report we want to see. When we select Graph, according to the runway, graph will be shown after updating. Instantaneous values of wind direction, temperature and humidity, pressure will be shown. The meta report will be auto-generated after every half an hour. All the values after every half an hour will be updated, and they are also editable at this moment. All the data from the sensors interfaced with the digitizer will be updated. If the data coming from the sensor is defected, it can be edited from here. According to these values, Meta's string is generated. After every half an hour, This report will pop up and will be automatically saved and closed after 10 minutes of generation. If we edit any value, we have to save the report. When we go to the software location, that is, in the program files of the C drive, in the DCWIS server folder, there will be a folder named Report, where all the reports which are generated every half an hour will be stored in the PDF format. If we want to generate data date-wise, we can do it from DCWIS server program. Select Start Date, End Date, and Runway No, and click View. It will be shown in an Excel file. We cannot close both the server and the client software directly, because ideally, it should not be closed and at the client side there will only be display, so we have to close it from the task manager. Thank you.